What's up, everybody? Hey, I'm going to share something with you real fast. And the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I want to share it is maybe you're going to think that you're not qualified. Maybe you're going to think that you're not the man or woman for the job to go and share God's word. Maybe you will have limitations. I'm gonna share something with you that means a lot that is happening right now in my life with preaching, and here it is. Okay, I have a biological father that I have nothing to do with. We don't have anything to do with each other. A lot of damage there, and the last time I gave him a chance, it just backfired. And I had to, for my kids, he's very racist and has his issues, so I had to pull back and stop giving him chances. Stop trying. Because as I grow older and older, I'm just realizing it's not going to change, at least not right now. And so until something changes, my kids don't know him. They've met him, but they don't know him as my father or anything like that until just recently. But even then, he just, because of who he is, he has had nothing to do with my kids for years. And my kids are so small that they really just don't even remember him. And so anyways, what I'm bringing up is his racism really got between me learning Spanish. And that is why those who know me and who know I speak Spanish, if you don't know, I had a biological father who threatened a lot of things in my life if I chose to stay in Spanish. And I had a lot of because I was in Utah and he was in Vegas, while I couldn't be with him physically, he would be verbally and mentally abusive. And so what happened was, when he found out I was trying to learn Spanish, he made a lot of threats. He called threat in school, and it was, really made a really big deal about it, and told me that, if I learned Spanish, I was dead to him, and I pretty much had to make a choice of, being dead to him and losing my father, or just getting out of Spanish. And so I got out of Spanish. So when I had the chance, and when I was in Spanish class, and when I wanted to learn Spanish, he got in the way of that. And I didn't start really consistently learning Spanish until I drive the Canyon Highway a lot, and my ears are always popping. But he really got in the way of me learning Spanish. So a couple years ago, I started really consistently learning Spanish at the grocery store that I work at. I've been there 15 years. I go and say, "Cómo se dice? Are you ready?" And somebody will say "Está listo," or for a lady, "Está lista." I go and ask, "Cómo se dice? Did you find everything okay? Todo está bien?" And so, anyways, to go and bring up my point is the Spanish I know is Smith's related. It is grocery store related. It's "Está listo? Todo está bien? ¿Tienes la tarjeta de descuento? Okay, ¿tienes manzanas? Okay, aquí es el código." It's all store related. Okay, if you catch me outside, like when I was in Mexico, when you catch me outside of Smith's, my Spanish is truly Spanglish. It's just trying to mix things together and make it work. And there are some gentlemen that recognize me, and if you don't know, I preach at the jail, and there's some gentlemen who got put in jail that shop at Smith's all the time, who come to me specifically to help them because they feel, that with me speaking Spanish, I'm the best person to help them. And so, I've had a group. I've had 5-6 people speak Spanish only, and they will come to me to help them. And I love it, especially when you come from the racist background and everything that I went through. That was, really traumatizing when I was younger. It really means a lot to have the opportunity. Okay, but here's where something is really special, and here's something where I questioned myself if I was qualified. I questioned myself, can I do this? Is these gentlemen that are in jail, they recognize me, and they wanted me to preach Jesus to them. They wanted to hear the Bible. They wanted to come hear me teach them, because they knew that I spoke Spanish. And I can't tell you how nervous I got. I just thought, oh my gosh. I looked at the girl that was my partner, and she doesn't speak, really Spanish either. She just has a couple words. And, so I spoke more than her, but still, I'm just like, man, all my Spanish it's all Smith's related. But I told him, I told him, and I said this to him in Spanish. I went and said, look, I would be honored, but I don't know if I'm capable. You know, I will be honored, and I would love to, and I will. But just know that my Spanish is all Smiths related, and I will just do my best. But I haven't learned the Bible in Spanish. I don't know everything in Spanish, and so I just ask for your patience. But if you really want to come in, then I would love to speak Jesus with you, and I'd be honored. So 3 came in, okay, and so we had a couple that spoke English only. We had a couple that spoke Spanish only, and there was no one that spoke both. And so I did my best on translating, but what is so amazing and so powerful is it all worked. Everyone understood me, and now we just did our 3rd weekend. It means a lot. So this is our 3rd weekend yesterday doing this in Spanish, and it's crazy because now those gentlemen have went and gotten more people who speak Spanish only, and I think yesterday we had 4 or 5 that spoke Spanish only. No. One of them, he was learning English, and so when we were reading the Bible, he went and spoke in English and Spanish. But I'm going to tell you this, okay? And this is why I'm bringing this up. Is I questioned if I was capable. I questioned if I was the right man for the job. Okay, Moses was somebody who had a speech impediment. He was somebody who said, Lord, you know, can you send somebody else, Lord? Like you know, and then when he started thinking about it, he's like, well, who do I say sent me? And God said, the I am sent you. And when you think about that, you know, it's me not saying, okay, I want to, or I want to try to do this. It's I am going to do this. If I am there to preach the word, and I have somebody asking to preach the word to them, whether I speak fluent Spanish or not, and they still want to hear me speak, that is a God calling thing, and it's something that I have to trust in. And it's so powerful because if you go and read Acts, when Jesus ascended into heaven, everyone was given the Spirit and gifts, and they were given the opportunity to speak in different languages. And it blows my mind because when I questioned myself, when I questioned if I was the right man for the job, if I was qualified, I feel like the Lord immediately reminded me of who in the Bible ever seemed like they were qualified. Who in the Bible ever seemed like they had it all together. And the truth is many didn't. Many had their limitations and their issues and their sins and their battles and everything. And they still did extraordinary things when they trusted in the Lord. And I feel like it's become such a long video, so I hope you guys are patient with me. But it was so powerful, and it's becoming so more powerful to go and do this, and so honored to start preaching in English and Spanish. And here's the most powerful thing too. So when we're going and reading the Bible together, you know, we go around in a circle and ask everybody if they want to read. And the last couple weekends, when it's one guy's turn who speaks English only, you know, he'll read it out loud in English, and then everyone who speaks Spanish only, they'll just read silently. You know, they'll just read along, and you know, and they just try to follow with a couple words that they recognize that are similar. And then when it's those turns who speak Spanish only, they read out loud in Spanish, while those who don't understand it are reading in English. And it's just so cool because, like I said, I'm not fluent, but I can read, and while they're reading in Spanish, I can connect the words, and I can see, and so are these other gentlemen who don't speak Spanish at all. and one of the gentlemen said, man, this is so cool, you know. And it is so powerful and so amazing to see everyone be unified with the Lord. And it is so special. And again, what I'm bringing out in my point is my point is if you feel like you are not capable, if you feel like you are not able, if you feel like you are not qualified, but you are doing something in the Lord's name, trust in Him and know He is the I am, and say, I am going to do this, and Lord, just give me the guidance. And you will see some amazing things happen, and you will see how powerful it is to have those brought together in the Lord's name. And guys, we're all children of God, and there is no race, all that stuff that people try to separate from. We are all one. And that's one of the biggest things that the Bible teaches. And yeah, I'm just going to close out with that because I know the time is going up. But anyone's not following me yet, I invite you to follow me, and just know I'm going to be sharing the word. And before you know it, I'll be doing English and Spanish. Thank you.